So, last week we discussed about are we worthy of suffering, sadness, problems, worries. And we understood that there is nothing to, we are not worthy of suffering, but still we suffer. So, if we go into a little background of our life, what kind of a life we are living or developing day by day? Are we creating demanding life expressed in our attitude, behavior, and action? So, what is going to happen? Then there will be a demand from the world of people, places, possessions. You are highly rich living a bad life. One example, Bill Gates. You have a minimum basic necessities in your life and you are living a good life. That depends on creating demanding life with attitude, behavior, and action. Demand to desire. Think that whenever we have a demand, then we have a desire. So, what is happening inside? Think of it. So, I have a demand in my mind, I have a desire. Then what happens? I become the enjoyer. My personality, I become the enjoyer. Enjoyer means what? It depends on the world outside. So if I do not get enjoyment, that is, my dear friend told me that I lived my 27 years of loveless life. I'm talking of Bill Gates. So if the enjoyer is there, I see loveless life outside. Pay attention. We are going deeper and deeper every day, every session. Enjoyer inside, my friend, created a loveless life outside. So the demand of the mind will be to create pleasure or reaction, positive or negative thoughts. Result, I am sad, I'm unhappy because my demands are not met. And inside, outside demand, inside I'm an enjoyer. This is what is known as attachment. The first of the three diseases. So it comes with a delusion that every time I meet a particular event or a person, it should give me pleasure. Enjoyer inside, attachment. First disease, there is supported by the second one, sorrow and the suffering, and the third is delusion. Am I worthy to be sad, to suffer? Our teachers, our teachings, this 10,000-year-old teaching, continuing tradition, says big no. We are not worthy of suffering. So when we contemplate and reflect why there is a demand after all, does the mango tree demands? They remain as they are. So this demand is created because of fear and the insecurity at the emotional and mental. So I say fear, so dear, so tear, fear of insecurity, so dear. Dear means I'm attached. So when there is an attachment, so there is a tear. Tear, I've already explained attachment. Then what happens in our day-to-day living? Oh, bear with me. I have a lot of stress. A lot of stress and anxiety. What should I do? Bear with me. You are in your workplace, bear with me. You are with your honey, bear with me. Oh my goodness, bear with me. Bear with me. So there is bear with me if I'm speaking correctly. BEAR, bear with me. And what happens? You bear yourself. BARE. And then you are worthy of suffering. You see that? He or she didn't love me, he didn't care. I cared him so much. Why you cared? Because of the fear. Because of the dear. That's why you have tear. That's why you always say, bear with me. Okay, bear with me. Nobody bears with you. You are bearing yourself. You are opening yourself to look at my friend Terry. Consistently committed. No, I have to find myself in spite of all the challenges. Do you see that everything is created by me? I am suffering because of me. I became the enjoyer because of me. And that me is the me word. I created a word around me that is a me word different from the real word. As long as we live into that me word, there is no end to the suffering. Do whatever we want. Think of this. Contemplate and think of this. Fear, dear, tear, and then we say, bear with me. In every situation, in relationship, at workplace, outside. Because you are an enjoyer inside. Fear is already there. Three diseases of the mind is constantly uh, turning the mind at every moment. There is a red light and you hold it. Oh, what a crazy, I have to rush. So you abuse your red light also. That is the result because I'm living in the me world. That is what I say. You fall in love. When you fall in love, you always think, dream, imagine about him or her. You do not want to leave talking, speaking, and working, have a lunch and dinner, and dating and soulmate. How much we have done to ourselves? How much? 1 hour daily, 2 hours daily. That's all. Is this love for myself? Do you really love yourself? Ask yourself. Do I really love myself? I want to be in peace and happiness. No, I fell in love and then he or she, I cannot tell you. You see, bear and tear. This is our life. When we do not love our real self, we cannot become a seeker. First thing. And when I love myself, then ask yourself, am I worthy of suffering or sadness? This virus of attachment is very severe in the modern world. It is severe than COVID. It is highly contagious. We find our friends who have the same suffering in their life. What we chat and discuss, all the talk of reaction, attachment, anger, I am stressed, I'm suffering. Think of this. Contemplate. We have to change our life completely. These are life-changing lessons. What we teachers do? We trigger your mind. We show you the other side of the life, so that you should not feel depressed, but rather you should find out the way I'm living this demanding life every day is the root cause of the problem. That trigger should push you to think and contemplate, reflect. And the moment you reflect, that enjoyer inside you, which has built a very strong ego around us. How dare you say like this, you have loved me, I have done so much for. Why you have done anything for you? Anyone? Why? And how much you have done for yourself? Think of this. If we do not think, then then we continue to declare that I'm worthy of suffering. I go into hibernation. Look at me, how pity I am. I'm seeking sympathy from the world. I hibernate in stress and suffering. Then I claim this world is full of. Then what happens? Then my eating is suffering. My sleep is disturbed. I always feel tired. Then even having money is suffering. Everything becomes suffering. Question is, am I worthy of suffering? And I'm responsible for it. See the other side. Am I worthy of love, peace, and happiness? Well, we discussed about that. Can you add little more sweetness in the sugar? So where is sugar, there is sweetness. That is our essential nature. So we cover that essential nature by being an enjoyer. Are you getting it? By being an enjoyer in the front. I have to drop this. Why? Peace is my essential nature. Happiness is my essential nature. Love is my essential nature. I should express love. But first I have to discover love inside. Oh, I live loveless life, so it means you don't have love. Main problem is this. So you just imagine what happens. Understand that. I told you the story that a couple returned their home with a big bottle of vodka. And the husband started drinking vodka. 1 pack, 2 pack, 3 pack, 4 pack, and now out of what we say, out of mind. So I have already created me word, and in this me word, I lost the sense of the real world that I'm sitting in my home. So the husband said to the wife, "Beautiful women, can you take me to my home?" This is what happens in our daily attitude and behavior and speaking and action. And the wife is saying, "Come on, honey, you are at your home. I'm your wife." No, I understand. You are very good. I appreciate. Many people say, "Oh, you talk very good." Come on, but does it enter into your wife? Husband is saying, "No, you are very good, beautiful women. Can you take me to my home?" I'm listening. I claim that I understand, but I'm not ready to change. Then I'm not a seeker. A drunkard never thinks. So when I'm drunkard, means enjoyer is inside. Remember, fear, dear, tear. That personality is there. In those moments of our life, we don't think, no, you are consoling me when you are saying, "Am I worthy of suffering?" No, I can understand you. I lived loveless life. They actually do not exist at all. That blows our mind. When the master says, "Do they really exist?" No. No, but I experience it. See? What is the answer? Now I feel suffering. I had disturbed sleep because I was constantly thinking about my my soulmate who became a sour mate even after divorce. We say, no, he or she is my ex. I am still dreaming of being an enjoyer. No, X means, I had lot of money and I lost money. That is also X. So I'm not saying only one thing. Every our thought, speech, and action is surrounded like a drunkard man. Then you are bound to suffer. That's why you are experiencing. That's why you are claiming that suffering is real. You created an object for sadness and suffering outside. For example, just take an example that Take an example that you are an object of suffering, and I forget you can never be an object of suffering. Forgetfulness, drunkard guy. So the moment my mind claims you are an object of suffering, I become a sufferer. Do you see the point? Object of suffering, money. Oh no, you don't. I'm living a humble life. No, you are not living a humble life. You are living a crazy life because still your mind is thinking of it. Work in the right direction. No, no, that person cheated me. You are still an enjoyer. You have created that person, labeled that person as an object of suffering. Can you tell me anyone in the world which you can label it is an object of suffering? Tell me. There is no one. But I picturize, I color it. A person, an event, a place. Why an event? No, you invited me and you did not respect me. So you are suffering. Very good. So is suffering real? Yes, it is real. Then it will not go away. It will never go. We don't think in that way. So the entire, our masters gives us that wisdom that let me start thinking in a new way with clarity. Not with a cult, dogma, blind belief, but with the clarity, with understanding, with the right knowledge. Why? To live in peace and happiness. That is the goal of any meditation and of every meditation. Hmm? Think of this. So the enjoyer is impulsive, instinctive, habitual. Why? Because it is attached. It is expecting sorrow. Why? It is in fear. I had a dating and then I called that guy or a girl. He or she did not pick up the phone. Oh, there is something fishy going on. Imagination. Unnecessary imagination. There we need an intellect with the right knowledge. The moment we have that intellect comes in front and that enjoyer goes into the background, let me think of it. So here comes the great principle by our masters. Yo, warn your mind. Your mind is living in Preyas. What is Preyas? Mind wants to go after, run after what I like and what is pleasant to me. Likes, dislikes, attachment, detachment, delusion created. What it created? It creates many thoughts. We start living in those thoughts. You look at this guy, you know. The mind continues to move around these thoughts. So perhaps last session we talked about that the way the river is a flow of thought, mind is a flow of, no, river is a flow of water, mind is a flow of thoughts. And I explain you that river has two flow. One flow is natural. One flow is natural. The river starts from the glacier and merges into an ocean, becomes an ocean. Other flow, when it reverses the flow, you have Ida hurricane, you have tsunami. So the mind also contains these two flow of thoughts. One flow of thought we are talking about it. Now we are talking about the flow of the thoughts to make us understand. One flow of the thoughts is created by three diseases of the mind. That causes the suffering. Then I label myself, I'm suffering, I have stress, I have an anxiety, I have duality. And the natural flow is Shreyas. Shreyas is what is right and what is good. Mowing and landscaping is required in the mind. What we do at a regular interval, we'll say patio and backyard and the front yard. Oh, call this guy, he will prune and make the plants beautiful. You did not uproot every plant. You prune it, mow it. That is required in the mind. That is known as Shreyas. Shreyas means what is right and good will always remain right and good. Shreyas means the sweetness of a sugar. You cannot separate it. I told you last time, you put the sugar, you ask the sugar, let me put you near the salt. What is your reaction? No reaction, I will remain sweet. Small jar, remain sweet. Big jar, remain sweet. Put it into the tea. Yes, I will still remain sweet. That is our nature. So when we are unnatural, drunkard, like the guy who is asking his wife, take me to my home, when he is already sitting in his home. It takes a few seconds. Drop, you are there. Why? Because you already are sweet. You are already sweet. Path of the Shreyas. So now see, clarity is there. What is that clarity? The mind is a flow of thoughts. You have billions of thoughts. There are two categories. One flow, natural, calmness, peace. Why? Because peace is my nature. Happiness is my nature. Love is my nature. Other is the Preyas, the reverse flow. It creates an enjoyer. And I told you, remember this and think of this. Fear. When I have a sense of fear, sense of why there is a fear? Sense of incompleteness. I feel incomplete myself. Sugar feels incomplete. Ask any living being who feels incomplete. There is no creature in the world except the human race who feels the sense of incompleteness. Think of this. No creature in the world, we feel incomplete. So there is a fear, there is a sense of insecurity, and then I want to fill that gap, remove that fear in my life. So emotional dependence. So then you become a soulmate. And And then the sour mate. Do you see the series? Fear, dear. Dear means that attachment. Tear, sorrow and suffering. Then bear with me, I'm already in delusion. So the husband slept and then he woke up in the morning with a hangover, and then the wife explained to him that you drank too much, you lost your mind. You see, that is how we explain. You lost your mind and you were pushing me to take you to the home when you were already at home. Even you did not recognize me. So, do we recognize? So, when I say I am worthy of sorrow and the suffering and sadness, I do not recognize me, my potential. Last thing, I went to Best Buy yesterday, yes, buy something. So I have a very healthy relationship with a couple of their employees, and this she is an expert, a geek. You see, this is what happens. I didn't say anything because why should I say? When you don't ask, if you're so we started conversation. She told me, no, you see that now I'm fed up with this job, so I'm going for nursing. Why don't you enjoy what you are doing? Did you ask yourself? No. Now I'm going for the nursing. And she has two big dogs, which she says that she has two kids. I'm going for nursing and something pediatric, so then I can take care of these two kids. Where I'm going? Where I'm going? I don't know in my life. So I started today's talk. Demand creates the desire, and the desire changes my behavior and attitude, and it creates an enjoyer in me. I do not label that enjoyer in me. That enjoyer in me is always looking for pleasure outside with the people, and that creates the me world that is different from the real world outside. And that me word is blocking peace, happiness, love, wisdom in our day to day. Solution: I should allow the intellect to think. How? Before I blame, complain, react, anything in the world outside. That is movement of the Preyas. Why I blame? Why I live loveless life for 27 years? Why I didn't recognize in the first instant? Hope he's not listening to me. Why I don't think. Like a drunkard guy who never thinks. Even if you push him, he will never think. Until so Shreyas in the Preyas. So I allow the intellect to be active. I start thinking over these principles and I see there are two flow. I have a choice to allow the mind to flow towards Shreyas or towards Preyas. to avoid either a hurricane or tsunami in my life. Until that takes place in the mind, we may practice meditation for 50 years. Nothing will happen. Do whatever. I did this Kundalini and I did this mindfulness. Because internally my enjoyership is still exist. Yeah? Are you getting it? If that exists, yes, my mind still colors that meditation to remain as an enjoyer. That is why the transformation does not take place. Anyhow, that is, let me give a break and go for practice now. Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed. Make your body adjust and align your body. Be comfortable. So, being comfortable, as you know that I give the first two steps every time with a deeper and a deeper understanding. So, move the mind means awareness, means knowledge, means experience. So, move the mind on the neck joint, be there. Feel the sensation and comfort and steadiness. No, but I don't feel. Remember the drunkard guy. That mind is that guy in the mind, even listening and understanding to what is required, a repeated practice. And if you experience the sensation, comfort and steadiness, done. Move the mind on the shoulder joints. You see, it is not a practice. It is just an awareness. So in that awareness, you can see the two movements of the mind and you choose the one. Which one? According to my instruction. Don't choose where the mind is going without any reaction, without any control. If you control, problem will be severe. If the wife controls the husband who is drunkard, you already know that. So move, just casually move the mind on the shoulder joints. Feel the sensation, comfort and steadiness. Move the mind on the hip joint. Be there. Feel or know or experience sensation, comfort and steadiness. Look inside. Look above. There are many words we speak in Eastern wisdom, but it has a different essence, knowledge. So just look at all the joints of the body. So you see it, body is an object. So mind is not saying it is an object of pleasure or object of sadness. We are simply aware of it. The way you go outside, you look at the neighbor's house, you look at the car, but the mind is not chasing. Another way to understand being comfortable. See that. So you are aware of the body, you are feeling the joints of the body, and that feeling, sensation, comfort, and steadiness. What is about that? So you have raised your level of awareness. You may not know that has to do with the Kundalini. So now what is about the sensation, comfort, and steadiness? It is the space inside, darkness inside. Be with it. Be with the space. Be with that or darkness or emptiness. Why? You see that? I always raise the question why, so that intellect gets the right understanding, so that the practice becomes deeper and deeper and deeper. Because the mind is moving within. That is the flow of the Shreyas. Mind is moving outside, it is the flow of Preyas. What is right and good can only be understood, experienced, known by me only, that real me. That is why we move the mind with. Clear? Yes, let us be carefree. Thoughts are coming and going. Still, the mind will continue to run. I told you that guy had a hangover. So the impact and the effect of this me world will continue. Choice is yours. Who is going to win? No teacher can do anything. Teacher can point you the path. That is the saying in our Eastern wisdom. So, well, thoughts are coming and going. So I step back from all the thoughts. How do I step back? So that needs to be understood clearly. When you step back, there is a witness. What is that witness? You are standing across a road watching the traffic. So when you continue to stand across a road and continue to watch the traffic, you are known as a witness. And what is this traffic? Are all the thoughts, good, bad, high, low, negative, positive. Because when you perceive the entire game in the mind, then only you can separate, then only you can change the flow. So you are simply aware, watching, knowing. These different words does not convey the essence. That's why every master uses different words but explaining the same principles. So you see that intellect has to choose the Shreyas or the Preyas, hence. But in order to choose, I have to be aware. See that. When we are aware that we are fairly separate from the traffic in the mind, then only the mantra can influence, can change the mind. Again, I am referring to the couple, husband drunk. Hangover is there, but the husband is in senses. So the wife said, "This is what happened." Why I explained? I'm explaining you. So look inside the heart within. Say in your mind, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, mentally, 3 times. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. So the first is, for example, anyone of you. So we just recited the mantra. Now we should know the meaning. The meaning goes into the intellect. It triggers the intellect. It raises your awareness. Going deeper. You have done it a couple of times. So meaning is, may there be happiness for all. Let everyone be happy. By saying may everyone be happy, I am selfish, because if the happiness oozes out, comes from my mind, it will make me happy. Then I can see the word is happiness. Otherwise, same enjoyer, demand, desire, fear, dear, tear. That is the now Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha with a meaning. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha. I know Lara is Lara, I know Stephen is Stephen. I don't mix them up. That is why the meaning is required. But deeper than that, the knowledge is required. Where is that knowledge? Then we will do it, other 4 lines. Where is the knowledge? So I said Lara is Lara, it's a knowledge. Stephen is Stephen, it's knowledge. So when I say, here is Lara, my mind remains with a person, Lara. Why I said so? What is the meaning of this mantra? Let everyone be happy. I recite it mentally. Do I live with it or not? Otherwise, what is going to happen? I say Lara and I think of Stephen. Finished. That is how the mind makes me crazy. Let us do it. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha. Let everyone be happy, and you are already there. To check if the mind accepts, ready to change, remain, keeps the body steady and comfortable, lives within. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha. While saying, you are knowing. Not only you know the meaning, but you know that knowledge lives in the intellect. That will help the mind to realize. That is why we say, oh, I was distracted. No. Fear, dear, and tear mind distracted you. It's not a failure, just recognize. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. These mantras are so powerful. It accepts only seekers, and it accepts the rare seekers who are also powerful. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. You see, that kind of preparation is required in the journey. Now the second line we will recite. I'll recite loudly and you recite mentally. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve santu niramaya. You don't know a person and I say to you, I'll introduce you to that guy. That is how I just labeled it. We just recited 3 times. Now the meaning, so that we know the meaning. Let everyone be free. Let everyone be healthy. Let everyone live in the state of well-being. I'll give you another meaning. First 3 times with that meaning. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve santu niramaya. So the intellect knows the meaning. Intellect keeps the meaning. It is not confused by the mind. You see? Again, go back and understand. That guy, husband, drunkard, confused. You are at your home. Why don't you understand? No, take me to my home. That is the nature of the mind. So without the meaning, the mind will continue to be drunkard. And then comes the essence, the knowledge. That push the mind within. I'm introducing another part in this journey. We will take up in detail later. So the knowledge is there. The well-being is a common factor in every living species. You touch the ant, it changes the direction. Why? To secure itself. Why to secure? They want to live in the state of well-being. With that idea, the mind should go within while reciting 3 more times. Sarve santu niramaya. Awaiting, intellect knows the meaning. It stays there. Why it stays there? The mind is supporting. Oh yes, well-being. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve santu niramaya. My master used to say that all these mantras, they are in the beginning of the Upanishads, the great authentic text. You know the essence of these mantras, you practice with these mantras, you have studied all the Upanishads. 3rd line. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Mentally, even if you make a mistake, doesn't matter. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. And now the meaning, let everyone be blessed. This is such a powerful statement or a mantra. Do I feel that? No, but if I feel the power in the vodka of 3 diseases, what is the meaning? Let everyone be blessed. Let everyone be blessed. I'll explain to you later. First, let us do it. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. You create a big dam to change the course of the water in a river. You create such a big dam to change the course of the flow of the thoughts. I believe you all understand that. But this dam is to be built, it takes time. That is why we say regular practice. So now check that. Let everyone be blessed. You are not living that like a drunkard. The blessing is always there. Grace is here and now. We prevent it. Why? Because of the mind. I explained you, dear. Fear, dear, tear, bear with me. We bear ourselves to the world. Look at me, how loveless life I live. Come on. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. While saying, knowledge is there, essence is there, and the mind continues to live into that state, you have touched the mindfulness. When I say, Lara, I'm with you, so I'm 100% with her. Same thing. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. In that pause, you see it. It is happening. If it is not happening, we need more practice. We build a dam to change the flow of the thoughts. The last line. Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhave. Introductory. That's why we do it 3 times. Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhave. Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhave. Meaning, let no one suffer from any misery in this world. What we are saying? Meaning is this. So let's go with the meat. Intellect throws the meaning while reciting the mantra. Who can do it? Only you can do it. The moment you know you are doing it, you are already on the path of the Shreyas. Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhave. See that? Mind says no, you say yes. You don't fight with the mind, you say, I know what I'm doing. Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhave. Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhave. Because the mind has already gone inside, let everyone be happy, let everyone be in the state of the well-being, let everyone be blessed. That mind is free from the three diseases. So what is the natural state is the love. And the love manifests as a compassion. And that compassion says, let no one suffer in this world. Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhave. Intellect knows the meaning. Knowledge is there. Knowledge is always non-verbal. When we express it, we express in terms of the thought. That is why we say that real self is absolute knowledge. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhave. The mind is totally absorbed into the meaning, into the essence. Oh, yes, I see that. We're not controlling the mind. We already built it down. You see, the dam and the flow of the thoughts are two different things. Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhave. Now it's very easy for all of us mentally sing Om. As you sing Om, just check the mind is moving deep inside the heart in the space. Movement while saying Om. Then you found a place deep inside the cave of your heart. Ask the mind to stay, and there you drop Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Yes, you have understood the two-pointed awareness. One point awareness of the mind, singing Om. Mind continues to move deep inside the heart. Cave in the heart. You want to imagine? Yes, you can imagine the cave in the heart and mind is moving there with the singing. But once you are into that cave, stay there while saying Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Done, finished. Do nothing in that state until the mind returns, distracted, wandering, then do it again. So what is going to happen? You will understand that I can stay in that state for an extended period of time. What a state. Or not, doesn't matter. Take your mind lightly in that state. Continue. Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I go to Stephen's home and I reach there. Will I still be active? No, I've reached. Look at it. I should know it. Not by thinking, but I have to express that in the way of the thinking. It's a non verbal awareness. You know it, I have reached. Mind going deeper into the cave of your heart. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Mind is staying there. Why? Why it is staying there? It has found. You know, I've been using the phrase the mind reflects the real self. Yes. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Raise both your palms. Place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside. Know your experiences. It is our Thanksgiving today. And those who did not attend, it is their Thanksgiving. Bring the hands down. How are you, Barbara?
I feel very good. In the beginning, I felt like a pressure in my temples, and that stayed for a while. But then I felt very, very peaceful, and your voice kept seeming further and further away. It was
Beautiful.
very beautiful.
Yeah, that means the mind is going deeper and deeper and deeper. So, this is a happy Thanksgiving. How are you, Lara?
I am good. It was a very like steady meditation for me. I heard you, but I didn't hear you. And then
Good.
at one point I got a little bummed because I missed the second part of the mantra. So I was like, oh, can I have the mantra? Because I want to learn it. But I heard it, but I didn't. The rest of them went in, but that second one didn't for some reason. So that was interesting.
It is wonderful. You, the moment you say I missed it, drunkard guy.
Well, the other thing that was coming to me is that, because I've been thinking a lot about this outside of here, it's like the fear, so much of that is that we've given our power away and we're giving our power to something bigger or something outside that we're making bigger than what really needs to be. And is that sort of what you're saying? And like being able to watch that, like where am I giving my power away to?
I like your expression. You are 100% right. When I am an enjoyer, I labeled myself, I'm an enjoyer. I submit myself to the people, to the places, to the events, to the incidents. That's what I explained to you in a different way. The guy took vodka, so he's submitting to the vodka.
And outside of himself.
Yeah, outside of him. Obviously, the vodka outside, whether it's the person. Can I include honey?
Or television, it can be anything.
Yeah,
just any power outside of yourself.
You are right. TV, event, incident, vacation, honey, money. Then come closer to the body also. Why you submit to the body? Because I'm not the body. To the mind. I'm not the mind. So gradually we move. Not when we say outside, don't say that outside the body. See what you are not. You are not the body. So we submit to the body also. And it has an impression of pleasure seeking. The mind also, the mind returns to the being an enjoyer. What will happen if I take vodka today? Today is Thanksgiving. Then every day will become Thanksgiving. You see, that understanding should be there. So when that understanding is there, then you say, vodka, I'm okay. You remain at a distance with me. Finish. That vodka may be my honey, my TV, my place, etc., etc., etc. Long list.
Coffee is okay though. Just kidding.
How are you, Stephen?
Good. A very deep meditation for me today. I think possibly the deepest that I've been. Immediately went to the heart center, and then I felt the heart opening up, and I found it very interesting because I recognized it, but tried to just let it go. I knew it was different. And then I recall you making a statement about looking in the cave of the heart. And it was like, oh, yeah. I get it. So I felt it basically acknowledged what I was feeling and experiencing at the time. So thank you.
Beautiful. What a great understanding and experience. So I forgot your name. Written. What is?
It's Bo.
Bo. Arrow and bow. Yes. You have to unmute it.
Okay, I'm unmuted. That's why I was freaking about. What's my name? All I see is
Bo.
you.
You need not to worry about those who share their experiences. You have to tell your experiences.
Yeah, no, I'm like, what's my name? That mind of when we were earlier talking about how do I put my name up, that mind crossed over into my meditation to the point where I'm like, how am I going to save these mantras? Where are they? What can I do? Really, there was a lot of activity to begin with. Then I started settling in a little bit, thinking about my neck, where I had a terrible headache today physically, and concentrating on the things that you said. Even if I had to go back to the neck and move away from the hips or whatever, that pulled me back into center. By the end of the meditation, the neck and the headache no more.
Good.
Okay. I've settled in and said, those mantras are going to get to me somehow. If not today, they'll get there.
Yep.
And in the meantime, I will repeat them. So that was the whole rainbow gamut of what went on in my head.
Oh, that's really good. Laura will send
Settling down is okay. That's
beautiful. Laura will send you the audio file so you can recite these mantras.
Okay, thank you.
How are you, Terry? Happy
I'm,
Thanksgiving.
Thank you. I'm feeling kind of crazy today.
We all are crazy. Go ahead.
I'm feeling irritated by a lot of things, and I feel like I want to give myself another chance to do the practice because
Sure.
I didn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you the file again and you do it again. You see that? That is the struggle between the mind that is enjoyer and the intellect. I know it, but still the mind does not allow me to do it. First level. Second thing, that we have to depend on the world outside more for my physical needs. I have to sit on a couch that is comfortable to talk to you in freedom. I need those things. So we are not talking of the desire for the physical things, that limit. Let the intellect put the limit. Mind, here is your physical needs: food, eat, shelter, home, clothes, and professional activities. You need a lot of things, so we must have it. Those desires do not create any problem.
Okay.
Now, second part. Lara pointed me except coffee. So I'm coming, it's a physical thing. Huh? So if I'm not emotionally dependent on the coffee or the tea, it is okay. But if I'm dependent emotionally, oh, I am totally stressed because I did not take a coffee. That is emotional dependence. So that needs to be separated. So desire, demand, enjoyership, what we are talking in this journey, a lot of people do not understand, because in all the texts, we say get rid of the desire. Okay, I have a desire for food because I'm hungry, so let me get out of the desire. So people start doing the fasting, and then they build their ego. They enjoy ego. I fasted for 7 days. We have many monks in the Himalayas. That's a wrong approach. Buddha's master, one master. You have to lie down on the ground every day. You have to practice meditation. We will give you food once a week. He was reduced to skeleton. No. So we have to, with wisdom, we have to understand physical dependence, emotional dependence. Physically, I have to depend. No way. How can you see me if I don't have the monitor and internet connection? But that does not cause any problem. Last one, Sangeeta. I extended today's meditation, so I'm free. That is another session will continue after an hour. Yes, Sangeeta, kaisi ho?
सर ठीक है, बहुत अच्छा है सर. एक्चुअली मंत्र मुझे आता था तो वो मन अगली लाइन पे पहुंच रहा था पहले ही.
पर उससे पहले ज्ञान को साथ में जोड़ना है, मन को भागने नहीं देना. Look at her experiences. Yeah.
सर उससे फिर एक बड़ा अच्छा करुणा का भाव आता है. ये मंत्र जो आते हैं वो बहुत अच्छी फीलिंग आती है.
It's worth understanding. If I translate what she said in English, that she knows the mantra by heart. So every time I used to speak one line, her mind used to jump on the second line. That should not happen. It should stay. That is what I explained to you. I think I gave you the hint. When I say I'm with Lara, my mind should not run after Stephen. You see? So it will happen. It will happen gradually. So that is why what we introduce. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha. Now in that state, is the intellect knowing that? Knows that? So when it knows, let everyone be happy. The intellect stays on the happiness. Nothing backward, nothing forward. Happiness. Why? It is the sweetness of a sugar. That is my nature. Bow. You have to hit the arrow of this mantra with your bow deep inside the heart to realize that state of mind. And that is all for today. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
now,
Thank you.
Terry
Thank
was
you.
saying she is irritated, she is smiling. That's a good smile. Come on, keep that irritation alive.
If I'm irritated, I know I'm a lie.
She was telling a lie to me. Anyhow, it's okay. Okay, that is
Well,
a.
thank you, Girish.
Thank you.
Thank you, Girish. Appreciate it.